Good evening and welcome to Blackman Field on the campus of Urbana High School. I'm Jason Liggett, joined by 2015 Urbana High School graduates and UHS broadcasting alum Abram Washington on camera. We are set for the UHS Invitational. This is the second set of games. As we got started at 4 o'clock this afternoon, we're watching your Urbana Tigers right now battle on Blackman Field against Geneseo. And Urbana has been split into two teams for this tournament as they had a team drop out, and coach said, I think we got enough players. So Urbana 2 has already been in action and lost to Mahomet 5-2. The final of that game took place on McKinley Field just moments ago. You'll see the Tigers in orange with white numbers and white trim, black shorts, and Geneseo in white with green numbers and white shorts. Just a minute into this contest as ball at midfield. Urbana fighting for possession, and whistle is blown. So here's Geneseo at midfield. Again, this is Urbana 1. Urbana 2 comprised of mostly JV players and some bench players for varsity, losing earlier today. So they'll be in action at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning of this two-day UHS Invitational Tournament. We are set for another entire fall slate of broadcasts here on UHS Broadcasting and the Tigers Media Network, covering 3 soccer games, 3 volleyball games, and all 4 home football games at McKinley Field. And we mentioned football. They were in action last week. Tough loss on the road for their opener against Wheaton Academy. 42-6, the final of that. So they're headed to Danville this evening. Best of luck to the Tiger football team as we see that broken up by Urbana Soccer right there. 37-39 left in the first. We'll be covering Urbana 1's game tomorrow. We'll see when that is scheduled to start at the conclusion of this game. Should Urbana be victorious, they'll be on Blackman Field at 10:30 tomorrow and face the winner of Beecher and Danville. Should they lose, they will be playing bright and early at 8:30 a.m., facing the loser of Danville and Beecher. Geneseo doing a very good job of controlling the tempo of this game and controlling the ball offensively. Urbana's been on the defense so far. Charles Moore tossing that one in for Geneseo. And high shot on the goal there. Goalkeeper for Urbana is number 16, Samuel Ross, the senior. He's seen plenty of action so far. But now that I take a closer look, that looks like number 18 goalkeeper, Charles Mandra. He's a sophomore for the Tigers. And there's a header shot and the goal. Score from Geneseo to take an early lead at 35-20 remaining in the first period in this contest. Exactly what they wanted there. So it's 1-0. The Tigers trail. See if they can make up for that. As we see the refs calling for the clock to stop there. And it did at 35:02. So Urbana is going to have it at midfield. Urbana backtracks that to Sadeh Mukadi. There's Mukadi trying to advance it up the field. And that one goes over to Ross and sails out of play. Geneseo bringing this one back in. And Urbana gets tripped there. So they'll bring this ball back into play. Five minutes and 40 seconds into this contest, Geneseo has the 1-0 lead over the Tigers. Urbana trying to put something together offensively here. It's the farthest they've advanced the ball into the hands of the goalkeeper for Geneseo. Running up the field is Miguel Lemus for the Tigers. And good defense there. That ball going out of play on Lemus. Header from Mukani to break that one up, and Mukani stands in the way of that one as well. Some good defensive play so far from senior Seydou Mukadi. Bringing that all the way up the field there is Tyler Seaman, broken up by Urbana, and now Urbana trying to get something together, jockeying back and forth midfield. Kevin Juarez right there for the Tigers. Puts his back to the ball, and Geneseo going to inbound this one. Wind starting to pick up here on a late summer evening at the Urbana Athletic Complex. The sun creating some large shadows on the field when we first started, but it's peeked behind the clouds now as it is setting off into the west. Lights are on now here at McKinley, or Blackman Field rather. They're on at McKinley as well right behind us. Urbana down in that corner looking for something to happen is William Arena. There we see Emmanuel Bercel Perez, the junior for the Tigers, knocking that one out of play. Whistle on the field, and it's going to be Geneseo ball. That ball deep in Tiger territory here. But Urbana with some good defensive stops and able to clear that one out. And rolling down the field to Miguel Lemus. Here's Lemus now, advances that ball to number 24 for the Tigers, Fernando Olivia Contreras. As we see Sadhu Mukadi look over at the bench for some advice. Head coach of the Urbana Tigers soccer program is James Barkley. Assistants Gerardo Beretta and David Dunlap. Managers for the Tigers are Armando Rodriguez and Haley Sellers. Another shot on the goal, sails wide. And scooping that one up is goalkeeper Charles Mandra. Mandra kicks that one out to Olivia Contreras. Getting tripped up over the ball is number 6, Noah Barkley. Slipping on the turf is William Arena, but Tigers going deep into the territory now and controlling it is number 7, Miguel Lemus. Lemus now kicks over the top. Good opportunity for the Tigers, not able to come up with anything. Shot on the goal, sails wide and not quite hard enough. So after 12 and a half minutes into the first period, the Tigers trail 1-0. Lemus jockeying for position. And we hear a whistle there. A referee explaining to Lemus that saw him guide the player with his hand down to the ground. So Geneseo ball here. And clearing that one out is number 25, Keaton Johnson. Shot on the goal and big block there from Urbana. Some fancy footwork from Lemus. Pass it back to number 22. That's Ivan Menene. And going to remain Urbana ball. So down there in the corner for the Tigers. Going to have a corner kick here. See what Coach Barkley's able to put together here for Urbana. A prime opportunity to even this thing up at 1 apiece. And overkicked. And it's going to be Geneseo ball down in the corner. Here's Mukadi with the ball. Snuck up from behind is Geneseo. They take over. And chasing that one down and into the goalkeeper's hands is Samuel Ross, and Charles Mandra scoops that one up in Mandra's hands now. Passes it over to Ross. Ross upfield, gives that one to Juarez. Juarez runs into some issues. And breaking things up is number 22, Ivan Monet. Monet knocks that one out of play, and tossing it in for the Maple Leafs is number 25, Keaton Johnson. Geneseo head coach Harvey Morton, assistant coach J.R. Smith, and Rachel Morton. Abram got excited. That woke him up. He thought that was Cleveland Cavaliers' J.R. Smith. Everyone's got their shirt on, so it must not be him. Different J.R. Smith, head coach of the Maple Leafs. 23:32 left to play here in the first period. Maple Leafs up 1-0 over the Tigers. Big header hit there from Ivan Monet. As I mentioned, we'll cover Urbana's game tomorrow on Saturday, September 7th. Looking ahead in our broadcast schedule, next week we have a football game here against Normal Community. UHS Broadcasting covering that on the Tigers Media Network. Nice shot on the goal, sails just wide. Kicking that one was Fernando Olivia Contreras, the senior for the Tigers. That was a big opportunity there. Tigers not able to capitalize on it. We'll have Urbana Tigers volleyball game, our first volleyball broadcast of this 2019 school year. Coming up on September 19th at 6 p.m. They're playing Champaign Central. And then the very next night, it's football at 5 p.m. Early start time for football on Friday, September 20th against Champaign Central. And that's sure to be a packed house, as those crosstown rivalries always bring a crowd out. Our next soccer broadcast after tomorrow will not be until October 10th, senior night against Normal West. Coming into action tonight, Urbana High School Soccer 1-0 on the season with a win over Rantoul this past Tuesday, September 3rd. A lot of offense on the Tigers side of things. They won that one 12-1. Urbana still looking for their first goal here tonight as they trail 1-0 to the Maple Leafs. Header hit there from William Aline. Then Geneseo kicks it out of play. The Maple Leafs with some aggressive play here. See if the Tigers can clear it out of there. Some nice passes from Urbana. And kicking that out of play is number 6, Noah Barkley, the sophomore for the Tigers. Throwing this one in for the Maple Leafs, number 41, Charles Rice. Geneseo kicking that out of play. Urbana will toss this one in, and over there to do just that is number 22, Ivan Monet. Back to McCarty. McCarty passes it over to the far side. Now back up the middle. They're looking for number 24, and they find him in Olivia Contreras. Barkley with a good job breaking up that Geneseo offense. And coming up with right there is number 11, William Arana. Here's Barkley passing in the middle of the field. They try to get it back to Arana. Arana misses it. And over there to try to get things together for the Tigers, but not able quite to do it, was number 22, Ivan Monet. Some subs coming in for the Maple Leaves. Going out, Mason Smith. I see number 7, Jordan Seeley, and 31, so some fresh legs in for the Maple Leaves. 22 minutes into this one with a 1-0 lead. Urbana started off a little, well, let's just say not as aggressive as Geneseo, I don't think, and now we've seen them liven up on the offensive side of things a little bit. Still trailing by 1. Seeing if they can put some offense together here. Here's Barkley. That's broken up by number 26 for the Maple Leafs, Carson Rice. Up at midfield is Logan Loitz. Loitz over to the far side. Back now to Loitz. Loitz being defended by Urbana. Gets it midfield, and breaking things up is number 24, Olivia Contreras for the Tigers. There's Contreras with a header hit to Barkley. Barkley over to the far side. Another header broken up by the Maple Leafs, and battling over there for the Tigers is William Elaine. Here comes the Tigers. Becerril Perez kicks it over to William Arana. Arana upfield. Here's a shot on the goal, and oh, what a good stop there. Diving stop by the Maple Leaf goalkeeper. Right idea from Samuel Rumeni, the junior for Urbana, but didn't quite kick it just wide enough, and nice diving stop from the Maple Leaf goalie to retain their 1-0 lead over Urbana. This one's going to go over to Becerril Perez. They advance the ball. Aggressive kick there from Arana. Broken up by the Maple Leafs. Battling over there for the Tigers, and coming up with it is number 11, Arana. Arana with a shot on the goal that sails high and wide. As I mentioned when we started, Urbana divided up into 2 teams for this tournament. We're watching Urbana 1 right now. Urbana 2 comprised mainly of the JV team, but also some varsity bench players. Lost to Mahomet earlier today, 5-2. They will continue in tournament play tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. So if you're up early and looking for something to do in Urbana, plenty of soccer going on tomorrow at the high school. This tournament taking place September 6th and 7th. So obviously if you're watching later on Urbana Public Television or on YouTube, we appreciate you viewing. And you're always welcome at sporting events at the high school, but perhaps not tomorrow morning, depending on what you're watching. You can always follow at Athletics Urbana on Twitter. You can also visit il.8to18.com/Urbana for a full schedule of all the athletic events Midfield for the Maple Leafs is number 13, Ryan Morgan. Morgan kicks that up the right side. Urbana breaks it up, and a big boot from Ivan Monet. Urbana trying to advance that with another shot on the goal. Unable to keep up with it is the very speedy William Arana. He might be perhaps Urbana's fastest player out there, or at least one that's put it on display so far. Some good footwork from Fernando Olivia Contreras. Gets it downfield. Here's Arana. Arana with some good footwork. Shot on the goal. And that was just high. It took me a minute to figure out if that was a goal or not. It went up just high. It was above the goalkeeper's hands and then just over the crossbar there and paused on the net there. And that's kind of what I said. Wait, did it sneak up there after it went in? But unfortunately not. Very good attempt of a shot on the goal there from Urbana, but just a little bit too high. So the Tigers trail 1-0 to the Maple Leafs. We're 27 minutes into this one. I think the first 10 minutes of this one was all Maple Leaf offense, and since then Urbana's offense has really come alive. They've been aggressive. They don't have any goals to show for it, but plenty of shots on the goals so far over these last 20 minutes of play here at Blackman Field. Jason Liggett with you. Our camera operator this evening is 2015 Urbana High School graduate Abram Washington. We appreciate his work this evening. UHS broadcasting alum, who you've heard the voice of many a time here on the Tigers Media Network, Urbana Public Television. Mukadi up there, and we see a flag. Urbana tossing that one in, and they get it into Miguel Lemus. Chasing it down there is the Maple Leaf goalkeeper. So Geneseo still up 1-0. Just under 12 left to play here in the first period. Urbana's going to get a kick here. That's Becerril Perez, I think, is going to kick this one. Nope, I am wrong. The other Urbana player right next to it, Olivia Contreras. Barkley with a good stop there, retains possession. Barkley with a shot on the goal and not able to do anything with that. Scooping it up is the goalkeeper for the Maple Leafs. And that one goes sailing across Michigan Avenue. Late summer evening where you can tell fall is just a couple of weeks away. It's a nice cool breeze, but not chilly or cold by any means. Comfortable. Maple Leafs deep in Tiger territory. Breaking that up, and with a semi-open field now, here comes Urbana. Ryan Morgan knocks that out of Urbana's possession. Mitchell Benhart for the Maple Leaves, battling the Urbana offense over there. Believe it will be Urbana ball, and kicking this is Seydou Mukadi. Mukadi now. That goes off the back of Samuel Remini. Off-balance shot on the goal from Miguel Lemus. Yields no goal, and scooping that up is the Maple Leaf goal kicker. Geneseo with the ball now. It's broken up by number 41 of the Tigers. Back to the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs advancing this down the left-hand side of the field. Urbana player gets tripped up there. And we get another whistle. Not too sure what this is about, but I gather a Maple Leaf is not too happy with the call there, and the referee looks like he's straightening him out. So it will be Urbana ball. And it's senior Seydou Mukadi. Getting a little chippy out there on the Maple Leaf side of things. They send Kevin Juarez sailing. Juarez about a good 9 inches shorter than just about everybody else on the Maple Leaf side of the ball, maybe even a foot. So when they hit him, he did go sailing, but he is fine, back up and playing. 6.5 minutes remaining here in the first period. The Tigers looking for their first goal of the evening. The sun coming out from behind the clouds and some very long shadows here. And probably tough to see if you look towards the west without your shades on. Header hit there from Jackson Kirkland. Eventually gets in the hands of Geneseo's goalkeeper. I thought I heard a whistle, but perhaps not. With 2 fields and 2 games going on at once, sometimes I'll hear a whistle from the other field, and I don't need to. Mukadi kicks that one into the hands of Geneseo's goalkeeper. He knocks it out to midfield. Chasing that down is the Tigers. That looked like number 19 over there for Urbana, William Elaney. Test of my vision here tonight. 5 minutes left to play. Urbana trailing by 1. There's Mukadi kicking it down the field. Chasing that one down is Urbana, and we have a whistle. Going to be Maple Leaf ball here, and kicking it off is Keaton Johnson. Knocks that one downfield. It is a race to the ball, and Urbana finds himself with no goalkeeper there for a minute. But they get away with it. Advancing this ball out to number 7, Lemus. Now over on our side of the field is Arana. Arana trying to get something going. He is down, holding his knee. Looks like he gets back up. Here's Lemus kicking over to the far side. Runs into some Geneseo defenders. Now the Maple Leafs in control. It goes sailing out of play. Going to be Urbana ball there on the far side. 3:43 remaining here in the first period. It's a 1-0 soccer game. Took that one off the chin. That's number 23, Logan Hansen, senior for the Maple Leafs. Looks like the Tigers going to have a corner kick here, and Noah Barkley over there for the Tigers. Gets it to the middle of the field. Perhaps a little bit too far west for Urbana to do anything with it. Geneseo does send it out of play, so Urbana ball here with 2:30 left. They get it back into the field of play, and they kick it back to Ross. Ross advances that ball, and another whistle. McCarty advances the ball up to Juarez. Juarez back to McCarty. McCarty was shot on the goal. Goes bouncing into the goalkeeper's hands. Good header there from Emmanuel Bercel Perez. Approaching the 39-minute mark of the first period. 1:20 left to play here. Geneseo up 1-0. There's Mukadi. Kicks it downfield. Geneseo comes up with it. Breaking away from that is number 41 for the Tigers, Kevin Juarez. Urbana chasing around the Maple Leafs ball now. There's Juarez. Juarez advances it to number 7, Lemus. Broken up by the Maple Leafs, and there's Barkley gets a foot on it. And tripped up is number 22, Ivan Monet for Urbana. Here's Barkley. Some good footwork by Barkley. He's able to toss it over to Ivan Monet. And now the far side to number 11. 11 advances it further up the field, and kicking that one out of play for Urbana is Miguel Lemus. So just 10 seconds as we tick away with the first half here at Blackman Field. And that'll be it for the first half of action. It's a 1-0 game. Tigers trailing. We'll see if the offense can come alive with some goals and even this thing's out. The second half coming up next on the Tigers Media Network. And back for the second half here of soccer action, the UHS Invitational Tournament. Jason Liggett and Abram Washington on the Tigers Media Network. Geneseo leading Urbana 1-0. Urbana had plenty of opportunities and shots on the goal during the first half, but not able to connect with any of those. We see Barkley here for the Tigers as they're headed in the opposite direction this time. And tossing this one in for Urbana is Emmanuel Becerril Perez. Chasing it down for the Tigers is number 7, Miguel Lemus. Lemus battling with Geneseo. Urbana comes away with it. Some nice footwork there. They're going to pass it back to Sadhu Mukadi. Mukadi up the field now. Over to Lemus. Lemus falls down. And that one kicked out of play by the Maple Leaves. Passing this one in for Urbana was Samuel Ross. And now for the Maple Leaves is Mitchell Benhart. Benhart connects with number 8, Ethan Holke. Looks like Ross got shook up a little bit there on that play for Urbana. Trying to chase this one down for the Tigers is William Arana. Goes into the goalkeeper's hands for Geneseo. 2 minutes into this second period. Good header hit there from the Tigers' Jackson Kirkland. Kirkland, a sophomore this year at Urbana High School, as we have a whistle, goes against the Tigers. Will be Maple Leaf ball here, and kicking this for Geneseo is Ryan Morgan. Five other teams competing in the UHS Invitational Tournament, including Beecher, Bremen, Central, Danville, and Mahomet Seymour. Mahomet was in action earlier tonight against Urbana 2. Again, Urbana sending 2 teams to this tournament, and Mahomet victorious over Urbana 2, 5-2. That means for tomorrow's games, Mahomet will be playing the winner of Central and Bremen, which is still knotted up at 0 as of right now. And the Urbana 2 team will be playing at 8:30 a.m. against the loser of that game. Whereas the winner of this game will be playing at 10:30. Four minutes into the second half, Geneseo still up 1-0. And a high kick there from Ryan Morgan and the Maple Leaves. That goes into the hands of Charles Mandra. Mandra over to Mukadi. Mukadi kicks it to the near side. And there's Barkley kicking it up to Lemus, and broken up by Geneseo. Chasing this one down is Mukadi. Mukadi now up to number 12 for the Tigers. That's Jackson Kirkland. Kirkland gets tripped up. Mukadi kicks it up to Lemus. Lemus up the field looking for Arana, and that's broken up by Morgan. In control is Geneseo, and booting that one down the near side of the field is Mitchell Benhart, senior for Geneseo. Geneseo trying to put something together here. Some good footwork by number 8, Ethan Holke. A slow rolling shot to the goal there, and Urbana's goalkeeper picks that one up, tosses it center field. And losing that ball for Urbana is William Arana. William Mulaney kicks that one downfield, scooped up by the goalkeeper for Geneseo. Geneseo tosses it to the near side to Benhart, and that one goes off the foot there of William Arana. Arana, a freshman, the sole freshman, not the sole freshman, Patrick Sweeney also listed for Urbana 1. So 2 freshmen on the Urbana 1 team. We're 6 minutes into this second half of action. The Tigers still looking for their first goal. They trail by 1. It's a 1-0 game in favor of Geneseo. Side kick here from Geneseo. Good opportunity for them to add to their lead. Unable to do that. It's the Tigers looking for something. Hunter Clark Holke boots that one down and looks like it's out of play. Tigers going to toss this one in, and they do just that to Emmanuel Becerril Perez. And some speed there from Arana. Chases that one down. Well, there's a field goal shot. A little too much power behind that one for the Tigers as it sails high. Always a little hard for us to see here on top of the press box of the action that happens in that far corner. As another press box is next to us and blocks some of the field from us. Here's Morgan. Morgan passes it to the far side, and it's going to find Hayden Karuru. Looks like that one's out on Urbana, so tossing this one back in is Geneseo. Geneseo threatening a goal here and broken up by a header from Samuel Ross. Controlling that for the Tigers is Kirkland. Here comes Geneseo with Hunter Clark Holke. Holke with a header advances that ball up the near side, and it's going to go out of play there on Urbana. So the Maple Leafs going to inbound this one. I stand corrected. Urbana inbounding this one. Finds Barkley. Sails just over his head. And trying to come up with that is number 41. Kevin Juarez for the Tigers. Unable to do so. And now Maple Leafs in control of the ball. They advance this towards their territory, but Urbana breaking it up. Morgan with some good defense there. Benhart Tossing that one back into play for the Maple Leaves. Urbana has possession now. Booting that downfield is Juarez, and trying to chase it down is Arana. Excuse me, that's Lemus over there for the Tigers. Just under 30 minutes left to play here in the second half. It's Urbana trailing 1-0 to Geneseo. Jason Liggett here with you, Abram Washington on the camera. It's our first broadcast of the fall sports schedule. We'll be back out here tomorrow. Win or lose tonight for Urbana 1's next game. Should they lose, it'll be bright and early at 8:30. I'm going to sleep in, but Abram will be bringing the game for you, right? I don't think he nodded yes. Should they win tonight, hopefully they do, we'll be here for the 10:30 game in the winner's bracket, if you will.
Yes, yes, John, yes.
Some speed there from Urbana, kicks it to their goalkeeper, and Urbana's back in control. Here's Sadhu Mukadi. Mukadi advances that ball up the field to Arana. He runs into some defenders, and number 9, Hunter Clark Holke, boots that one downfield. Chasing it is Ethan Holke. I think he's unable to come up with it. Urbana's going to toss this in, and over there to toss it in is number 16, Sam Ross. Ross tosses it into Mukadi. Mukadi advances that one to center field. He runs into some defenders of the Maple Leaf side of things. Some good footwork and body movement from number 11, Tyler Seaman of Geneseo. And Clark Holke with the ball. He tosses that one back to Benhart. Benhart boots it in the middle. Urbana's in control now. They look to move this ball forward. Not able to do so. "33 minutes into the second half. Urbana still searching for their first goal. Defense has been on point, a fairly even battle here between the Tigers and Geneseo. Opportunity here for Urbana. See what comes of it. Juarez kicks it over to Barkley. Barkley in the middle. Barkley gets knocked over by number 7, Jordan Seeley. There's Barkley, advances it to Juarez. Kevin Juarez now with the ball. Looks to get it towards the middle. He knocks it over to number 12. That's Jackson Kirkland. Kirkland loses it. Gaining it back for the Tigers is William Eleni. And whistle is blown. And that's going to be on Geneseo. So William here with the kick. 26-27 left and counting in this second half. It's a 1-0 game in favor of Geneseo. Header hit there to break things up from Geneseo, and that goes out of play. Bringing it in for Urbana will be number 7, Miguel Lemus. Lemus sets things up. Tosses it in front of the goal, and a couple of header hits there from Geneseo. Here's Holke. Holke passes it back to Benhart. Benhart now advances that ball to number 27, Mitchell Worth. First time we called his name this afternoon, or this evening rather. Taking it away for Urbana, from Urbana, is number 12, Nathan Clark Holke. Urbana chasing this one down in front of the goal. A header hit there from number 24. That's Logan Loitz of the Maple Leafs. Urbana back in control. Here's number 7 for the Tigers. That's Lemus. Lemus over to Barkley. Barkley advances this one. Some good footwork there by Kevin Juarez, and it's broken up. Here comes the Maple Leafs. See if Urbana can break things up, and they do just that. Good stop there from Sadie Mukadi. There's Barkley making good contact with it. Runs into a Maple Leaf. They kick it back to Keaton Johnson. Johnson advances that ball on the far side to Ethan Holkey. Holkey now in a world of trouble. Advances the ball back. And breaking things up is the Tigers. Here comes Urbana with another opportunity. See what they make of it. It's broken up by number 25, Keaton Johnson. Johnson knocks this one down on the far side. There's Barkley there for the Tigers over to Jackson Kirkland. Urbana setting something up here. See what they can do. Ross back to Kirkland. Here comes Kirkland. That's broken up by number 7, Jordan Seeley. Benhart with the ball, and we have a whistle. Will be Geneseo ball. Just under 24 minutes left to play here in the second half. Jason Liggett with you alongside Abram Washington. We appreciate you tuning in on the Tigers Media Network. Streaming on YouTube, youtube.com/UPTV6. We're also available on Urbana Public Television, Comcast Xfinity's Channel 6 and 1096, i3 Broadband Channel 6, and AT&T UVerse Channel 99. Ball back into play here. Here's Ross advancing this up to number 11 of the Tigers, William Arana. It goes back to Ross. Finds Lemus. Lemus battling. Coming away with that one is Jordan Seeley. Seeley advances this up the field to Ethan Holkey. Holkey now looking back to Seeley. Barkley kicks that upfield to Lemus, and it is broken up by number 25, Keaton Johnson of the Maple Leafs. Here comes Geneseo. That one's off the heels of Tyler Seaman, and back in possession is Urbana. This one's going to go, no, not quite. Thought it was going to go rolling out, but saving that one is Keaton Johnson. A good battle here in this second half. Back and forth action. Shot on the goal. It's saved. Oh, my. And there's a big play there from Urbana. Coming up to boot that one in for Geneseo was number 27, Mitchell Worth. And breaking it up for the Tigers, number 21, Emmanuel Becerril Perez. Becerril Perez, a junior for Urbana. .41:43 remaining here in the second half. The Tigers searching for their first goal. It's a 1-0 ball game. Urbana on the offensive side of things now. See if they can get something going. Advancing that ball down the far side is Kevin Juarez. And Urbana not able to get to it, so it's going to be Geneseo ball here with 21:16 remaining. Update on the Bremen and Central game, still scoreless. Geneseo with the kick here, and a header from Urbana. That looked like Ross on the header. Moving it up to midfield. And kick it back to the Maple Leaf goalkeeper, and he kicks it over to the far side. Back to the middle to find Morgan. There's Morgan to the near side, and Mitchell Benhart. Benhart dribbling up the field. Trying to go for that is Miguel Lemus for the Tigers, not able to do so. Now chasing down the offender is William Arana. Barkley with some foot action on it, and trying to break things up there was Jackson Kirkland for the Tigers. Shot on the goal here, and it sails wide. Just under 20 minutes now remaining to play in this one. Urbana trails 1-0. Ducati advances that over to Kirkland. This one's going to be broken up by Benhart. Here's Mitchell Benhart. Kicks it to the near side, and Thomas Robinson. Robinson trying to find anyone down there, but breaking things up is Mukadi. Looks like that's going to be out of play on Mukadi, so it will be Geneseo ball here. They're tossing that one in, trying to find Hayden Kirkaroo. And another whistle there. That will go against the Tigers, so Mitchell Benhart. Very good shot by Benhart, and a nice save there from the Urbana goalkeeper. Well, that was certainly a good opportunity for Geneseo to add to their 1-0 lead, and thankfully the Tigers able to prevent that from happening. So the Tigers still down by 1, just under 18 minutes remaining in this one. And got a player down on the field for the Tigers. Looks like number 17, which is Jordan Perez. So looks like he's sitting up and moving, so perhaps just a little shooken up. Hopefully he'll be all right. He's back up to his feet on his own accord, so wishing him the best here. Always good. He was up fairly quickly. I didn't quite see what happened, whether that was a hard hit or he got tripped up or slipped or what the deal was, but good to see him up and moving around. 17:45 remaining in this one. Looks like it's going to be a Geneseo ball here. As we see a sub coming in for Urbana. Samuel Birdsley in the game for the Tigers. Ross kicks it up to Kirkland. Kirkland with some good footwork now. Kicks it over to Mukadi. Mukadi on the far side over to the newcomer, Samuel Birdsley. Birdsley, a sophomore at Urbana High School. This one gets broken up by the Maple Leaves, and coming up the field with it is number 7, Jordan Seeley. Mukadi going to kick this one for the Tigers. Seydou Mukadi knocks that one down, and it's broken up by number 13, Ryan Morgan. Over to Benhart. Benhart now trying to advance that up. Broken up by Kirkland of the Tigers. It's back to Ross now on the near side. Ross going to kick that one to the goalkeeper. Kick to midfield. He finds number 23 for the Tigers. That's Samuel Rumeni. Rumeni now up the field to Arana. Arana with an opportunity here. It's broken up by some maple leaves. Also over there is number 19 for the Tigers, William Eleni. It goes out of play, and bringing this one back in for Urbana is Barkley. Barkley finds number 11, Arana. Arana now needs to get something going for the Tigers. Not able to do anything yet, as there's Benhart coming in with a big boot over to Ross. Ross now to McCarty. McCarty, center field, advances that one to Kirkland. Here comes McCarty, and here comes Urbana. Chasing that one down is number 41, Kevin Juarez, and it goes out of play. And kicking this one, throwing this one back in is number 25, Keaton Johnson for Geneseo. Big boot there from the Maple Leaves. Trying to chase this one down is the fresh legs of Samuel Birdsley. They knock this one back to the goalkeeper, and goalkeeper's going to kick this one, see where he goes with it. Down the far side, it's broken up right away by Hayden Kirkaroo. Back to the Urbana goalkeeper and up the field. Starting to get some chill in the air here in Urbana. A late summer evening, starting to turn to fall. Just under 15 minutes left to play in this one as the Tigers trail by 1. It's a 1-0 game. That goal coming within the first 6 minutes of the first half, so it's been a while. Plenty of back and forth action and lots of shots on the goals, but been a while since we've seen an actual goal scored here. We're on Blackman Field during this UHS Invitational. 2 fields going on simultaneously. Right behind us is McKinley Field. And Bremen and Central are playing. Of course, the winner of that will play the winner of this one tomorrow at 10:30. Excuse me. Winner of that one will go on to play Mahomet at 10:30. Mahomet defeating the Urbana 2 team earlier tonight. We are watching the Urbana 1 team right now as they trail by Geneseo 1-0. Just under 14 minutes left to play, and that one out of our view here at Blackman Field. Looks like Urbana tossing this one back in. And coming up with it is Arana. Here's Arana with some good footwork. Looks like he's going to kick it back to Ross. Ross now over to Mukadi. There's Mukadi going to kick it to the far side. That's Beardsley. Beardsley now kicking it up the field. Trying to chase that one down is number 23, Samuel Rumeni. Rumeni does, and he's in the corner. See what Rumeni can do. Fakes out one defender. Not another Urbana player right there as he kicks that one right into the feet of Jordan Seeley. Seeley knocks that one out of play. Urbana has the ball once again. Here's Birdsley. He kicks it back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper advances this one to Olivia Contreras. Contreras over to McCarty. McCarty looks up the field, and it's a foot race between Benhart and Arana. Benhart wins that one, and knocking that one out of play is Urbana's Willem Eleni. And the clock continues to tick away at 12:19 remaining. Here's Mitchell Benhart tossing that one in, and right off the face of Ethan Holke. McCarty comes up with it. Birdsley knocks this one over to that was Fernando Olivia Contreras. Lost his number on my lineup here.
Yes, Tim! Yo, thank you, sir! Set it up, give it a moment.
There's Samuel Remeni. Remeni advances that ball up and gets it right back. Remeni kicks this over. Some nice back and forth action here. Here's Remeni in a sea of defenders and gets knocked down there. And there is a whistle. So an opportunity here for the Tigers. .30 left to play here. Oh, and there was a good shot there from Kevin Juarez, but blocked by the goalkeeper. So a good opportunity there for the Tigers and Juarez, but not able to capitalize on it, not necessarily because of their lack of good play, but a even better play by the goalkeeper for the Maple Leafs. So Maple Leafs throwing this one in and trying to chase that one down is Birdsley. Birdsley gets it and looks like he might be knocked down once again. Olivia Contreras kicking this one downfield for the Tigers, broken up by Geneseo. Geneseo over to Benhart. Benhart knocks this one on the near side, getting a little chippy down there between Ethan Holke and Seydou Mukadi. There's Mukadi trying to go after that one. It's broken up by number 19 for the Tigers. That's Willem and Lenny. Nice shot on the goal, and oh man, just not quite high enough there. That's William Arana kicking that one right where it should have gone, but some mad hops there by the Maple Leaf goaltender to save that one from going in and to retain Geneseo's 1-0 lead here with just under 9 minutes remaining here in the second half. Jason Liggett, joined by 2015 Urbana High School graduate Abram Washington, UHS broadcasting alum. 8:35 remaining here on this Friday night. We appreciate you tuning in on the Tigers Media Network. We'll be back out here tomorrow and have that coverage. And then, as I mentioned, we'll have coverage of Urbana High School's home football opener next week against Normal Community at McKinley Field. We hope you can make it out. We hope the weather's nice and a big crowd will be on hand to support the Urbana Tigers. Sounds like Abram Washington's grabbing a headset here. I don't know if you just want to listen better or you got something to say.
Hello, people. I am back, and I'm on the mic for the first time in like forever. I'm working the camera on tonight, and I will be working the camera on tomorrow, even though I really want my sleep, but Jason Liggett needs the help.
You're going to come out?
Oh, yeah, I'll be out.
All right, 8:30. Hopefully it's 10:30. I mean, hopefully Urbana gets the score here, and there's a shot from Mukadi, and does not come up with anything.
Hope
That
it's
one
10:30,
sails
but-
wide.
But if it's 8:30, Jason is going to buy me a burrito or something, or a McGriddle
A burrito?
from McDonald's, one of those sausage
Oh, okay.
burritos.
I thought you were looking for like Taco Bell
No,
or
it's too early for that.
Burrito King.
This has been a exciting game, actually, even though Urbana's down by 1. Like Jason mentioned earlier, Geneseo scored in the early minutes of the game, but really, time of possession, it seems like Urbana has kept it on their side.
Yeah, it really has seemed like that. It seems like definitely Urbana has had more shots on the goal, just unsuccessful attempts. And some good saves. Credit goes to Geneseo's goalkeeper, having some key saves here, especially down the stretch.
Jeez, yeah.
Just under 6 minutes remaining here. Here's the Maple Leafs' Jordan Seeley. He kicks it back to number 13, Morgan. Morgan over to the far side of the field. And booting that one is Keaton Johnson. Urbana needs to break that up. They do with a whistle against them. So I think this is going to be a good opportunity here for Geneseo. See if they add to their lead or if Urbana's defense can hold strong. Just over 5 minutes remaining. The Tigers trail by 1. A lot of power behind that one. I'm surprised I didn't hit a car. It bounced in between about 13 of them out there, but that one went high over the goal posts and out of play into the parking lot here at the Urbana Athletic Complex.
I think that young man was going to have to pay for that out of his own pocket if it would have broke somebody's window out of his tuition.
Kick from Urbana's goalkeeper, met by the head of Jordan Seeley. Back into the hands of the goalkeeper. He hands this over to Birdsley. Birdsley up the field on the far side, met with the head of Keaton Johnson. Geneseo's kick there. Geneseo with a header towards Urbana's goal, and the goalkeeper grabs that one, boots it midfield, trying to find Seydou Makati. Doesn't reach him as it's broken up by the Maple Leaf defense. Maple Leafs kicking this one around. Urbana needs to be aggressive after this ball with just a few minutes remaining here. Here's Birdsley going after it. And whistle blown there against Geneseo. 3:13 remaining here. Urbana getting desperate to tie things up. They trail 1-0. There's a header towards the goal from number 11, William Arana. Goes into the goalkeeper's hands, and they're certainly going to take their time getting this back into action. It goes midfield. Going up for the header is Seeley. Seeley advances that ball, and trying to come up with it are the Tigers. Tigers over to Ross, and that one goes back to Bessarel Perez. Getting close to the goalkeeper, and Mukadi gets tripped up. Looked to be what could be a very good opportunity for the Tigers to score. Not too sure what the ruling is here, but that would have been a prime opportunity for Mukadi. Looks like he gets tripped up, and I don't think anything was called. Two minutes remaining here in play as the Maple Leafs up by 2. And header hit out of bounds from Besserell Perez. Perez, a junior here at Urbana High School, and Benhart set to toss this one back in for the Maple Leaves. He does it down the near side. Perez going after this one. Perez battling down there, trying to get out of that corner. He does just that. He kicks it up to Willem Eleni. Here come the Tigers, and leading the charge is Arana. Here's Arana trying to find Mukadi. Does not do so. Broken up by Geneseo. Just over a minute left. It's do or tie time now for Urbana. We have another whistle here with just a minute remaining. Game still going on. Here's Arana trying to run to this is Mukadi. It's scooped up by the goalkeeper just in time. So a couple of opportunities here from Seydou Mukadi, just not able to get it done right now. Just 30 seconds remaining here. Urbana's got to be aggressive, and being aggressive is what they're doing right now. Geneseo's defense has just held up. And I think time's going to run out here on the Tigers. Just under 10 seconds, the ball goes sailing out to Michigan Avenue. Here's Mukadi. It gets broken up once again. And a very exciting, very well-played game by the Urbana Tigers, but perhaps a better game by the Geneseo Maple Leaves. So Geneseo Maple Leaves score with 6 minutes into this one, and they hold off the Tigers. Final 1-0 here at Blackman Field. So that means as far as tomorrow, we'll be covering the game of Urbana 1 at 8:30 a.m., bright and early. Abram's bringing the coffee. He's bringing the donuts. And maybe I'll bring him a burrito. So a 1-0 loss here for Urbana. We appreciate you tuning in on the Tigers Media Network. For my camera operator, Abram Washington, I'm Jason Liggett. We'll see you next time.